I'm here today with my beloved Rachel. Together we comprise Talking with Spanish People. And this evening I'd like on what generally sometimes known as St. Johnny's Eve. Um, I want to tell you a little bit about where the holiday of St. Johnny's Eve and International Johnny Week in general are rooted. Like a lot of our Greek mythologies, like a lot of our holidays, uh, this one is rooted in an apocryphal story that is revelatory about why Johnny is the patron saint of amphetamines, prescription amphetamines specifically. So, as the story goes, there was once a poor orphan boy who could not get his Adderall, he couldn't get his Vyvanse, he couldn't get any of his drugs, right? But this poor orphan boy had won tickets to a Johnny concert the next night. And he went into the pharmacy with his last few shekels. And he had already given up hope. He knew he was not going to get any amphetamines before the Johnny show. But then what happened was known as the miracle of St. Johnny. The little orphan boy called the pharmacy and they said, yes, we do have it. And you can come get it right now. And then the little orphan boy went and got the speed, and he had a wonderful time at the Johnny show the next day. And that's called the miracle of St. Johnny.
Really?
And I'm so glad that it happened here on inaugural International Johnny Week. It happened to me. I didn't know I was worthy of a miracle, but I guess I was. And a small gesture of an attempt to return the favor, which is the most I can possibly manage. The small gesture of an attempt to return the favor. Small gesture of an attempt. I do plan on transubstantiating Johnny one of these bong rips. So, Vyvanse, check, which gives us a distinct Vyvantage at tomorrow's show when it comes to maximizing fun.
There's the Vyvanse. That's the gabapentin. We need both, but
Never mind. Let me do that again. Take two. Take two. Vyvanse, check. Thank you, Rachel, for correcting me.
You're welcome.
You know how I hate to be wrong. It's a real Johnny Week miracle. That's right.
It really is.
Yeah.
Karma's Pimp. You got it right.
I woke up from my nap. It really, truly is the most wonderful time of the year. I woke up from my nap. I was mopey. I'm not going to deny it. The problem is this. If they had told me, oh, sorry, you have to wait 2 weeks. We're not going to be able to get it in until October 1st or September 28th or whatever, right? Then I just would have put it out of my mind and moved on with life without it until then. I wouldn't have been in any kind of a limbo. But instead, what they tell me is we don't have it. We are going to get it, but we have no idea when. How frustrating is that? Then every day you wake up and you go, will I get it today? And then there's just, oh, disappointment again. Every day, every day. Today I woke up from my nap. I was really in a glum state.
I could tell.
I was glum about it. Because I was hoping, well, maybe Thursday. I mean, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to hope for Thursday instead of like Monday or Tuesday, right? You know. And it made me glum. And, it's like I didn't even want to call the pharmacy. Because I had various solutions in mind, right? First, I was going to suggest a partial refill of the Vyvanse if they had a partial fill. If they didn't have that, then I was going to say, well, what do you have? Do you have Adderall? Do you have Dexedrine? What do you have? And then I was going to try to call my doctor and say, can you put me back on Adderall because they don't have Vyvanse, but they do have Adderall. I've had all these contingency plans in place. And I call the pharmacy and I'm like, so I'm checking on the progress of my Vyvanse prescription. Do you have either the name brand or the generic, even a partial fill? Well, it turns out they got it in probably today. And they had a complete fill. I got all 30 of my pills.
So, while you were on the phone, when you went outside, I thought to myself, I'm like, they're gonna have it. I'm like, this time is gonna be different. They're gonna have it.
You were right.
Something just like.
Boy, the perfect analogy is, it's like when you're starving on Naked and Afraid or Alone, and you finally get a fish. Right until you get that fish, your mood is just like you're really defeatist and you're meow and stuff. And then that one fish, it changes your mood totally. And all of a sudden, this guy goes from like about to quit to like, I can stick it out, just from one fish. Well, this is an equivalent analogy, except it's 30 pills worth of amphetamines rather than one fish.
Yeah, but it still has that same feeling.
Yeah. Because just to reiterate this point, the problem is the limbo, the not knowing. Because it creates a scenario where you wake up every day a little hopeful and then you get disappointed again. A little hopeful, disappointed again. If they could just tell me like a specific day that they're not going to have it until, then I would just say, okay, I'm not going to think about that or worry about that right now. Mm-hmm. It's not going to occupy any of my attention. I'm not going to put off anything until I get speed.
That's good. Yeah, that's understandable.
But when they leave me in limbo, it's like, am I waiting for speed to do this task, or am I going to just try to do it myself now without speed? When you don't know when the speed's coming, it makes it impossible to make those kind of decisions.
Oh my God, I know. And it was like, I thought that the pharmacy at Pioneer Market would like have a different answer than the other places, but when they didn't at first, I was like, oh man, like that sucks so much. Like they can't.
But how quick are they?
So quick.
Impossibly quick.
Yeah.
It's like even when CVS had my drugs, they'd say, okay, well, sorry, we had brief technical difficulties there. We are live again and better than ever. Thanks to the resumption of internet. So when we go to CVS, even if they had the drugs, we'd go there, we'd say, we're here to get our drugs. They'd say, oh, okay, we'll fill it now. And then it would sometimes be like 45 minutes, These people, I call them, I say, yes, I want the name brand, even though it's expensive. I cannot continue to buy that drug at that cost indefinitely, but oh yeah, things are Vyvantic. We are enjoying a Vyvantage, and we're really vivacious about it. I don't remember what card I pulled for my Vyvanse this morning, but it was another one that suggested, yes, you're going to get the Vyvanse. So did yesterday's, but it's possible it came in there yesterday, and I could have called them yesterday, and I come up with the same thing.
Possibly, but that's not what happened.
Right. I'm trying to give an excuse for the tarot. Maybe the tarot was secretly right.
I honestly think when you got the page, well, maybe you did. Maybe you did. Maybe the tarot was right.
Maybe it was secretly right. Anyway, as Carmen's been pointing out, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Why? Because it's International JAWNY Week. And during International Johnny Week, especially on St. Johnny's Eve, which is Thursday of International Johnny Week. Remember, the weekend of International Johnny Week is the denouement of International Johnny Week. So, in most holidays, you get your biggest celebrations on the weekend, not during International Johnny Week.
Well, Christmas is not on the weekend. Neither is.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying, like, let's say it's Fat Tuesday week.
Oh, I see.
And
so we're going Catholic.
yeah, okay. Or in New Orleans,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
You're probably gonna get the biggest parties on
yeah,
Saturday night.
Mardi Gras.
Not during International Johnny Week. The biggest parties is reserved for Friday night. The second biggest party, yes, yes, it does, Carmen Pimp. You will get a celebratory tarot. In fact, you also get a Wonder Point. Wonder Point as well. I'm in a Wonder Point distributing mood right now because things
I'm gonna give some Wonder Points to Dulles too for being here.
Are you gonna give him some or one? Are you gonna give him two? Just for being here? Well, I don't think Dulles has ever gotten a Wonder Point before. I think he deserves one from each of us.
Okay, so one from each of us, Dulles.
You got 2 Wonder Points, Dulles. Congratulations.
Did you pull cards for me?
This morning?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what did it say?
I have no idea. Do not remember.
Oh, man.
I also pulled cards for me.
I'm definitely going to have to...
Either,
okay. So. Well, we're definitely going to have to pull some cards then.
All right. First, though, what one ought to do when one receives a St. Johnny miracle on St. Johnny's Eve is you're supposed to transubstantiate him a ceremonial bong rip. He might not be aware you're doing it, but he'll feel it a little bit anyway.
Let's pretend that the vibes that we're sending out go through my phone into Instagram, and he's like, "Hey."
Well, I think I am going to upload a video, which may more successfully add and hashtag him than a live stream does, right? Called The Rules of International Johnny Week.
That's a good idea.
Which will feature all of the traditions and etc. But first, let me transubstantiate this bong rip to Johnny. We're both going to do that. By the powers vested in us as archpastors of the God's Big Heaven Church, and in me as archpastor of the Yalorian Church, and by the fiery mad gas flames of Yalor's truth, do we hereby transubstantiate this double bong rip from our lungs to Johnny's brain. I've never really celebrated a Fat Tuesday before. But that's because I've never really given up anything for Lent before.
Neither have I.
I did one year give up giving up things for Lent. All right, Karma's Pimp. We're doing 3 card pulls today, as I did this morning instead of 5 carders. Oh, first one comes right out, and it's a reversal. Not, oh no, these I had it upside down. That's not a reversal. There shouldn't be very many reversals left in the deck, if any, because I've been playing with it, which means the cards stay straight together.
Yeah,
supposed to.
I'm explaining.
Well, in a ratio plays with it, you never know what direction the cards are going to be.
True.
Karma's Pen. So here's your directionality. You're moving towards the moon. Perhaps you're an astronaut. That's one possible reason you could be going there. It says dreams, emotion, ruse, haze, escapism, unconscious.
Maybe his face will be discovered as the man in the moon's face.
It's possible. And your self-concept, marriage. You conceive yourself as somebody who's rejoicing in the bliss of love, true love. And the outcome, motivator. King of rods, worldly, direct, motivator, generous, king of rods. So there you go. Karma's Pimp. There you go. Rachel, would you like me to do a quick pull for you?
Please. Whoa.
There's a double. You never take doubles. That's the
Never
rule.
take doubles?
You never take doubles.
Okay. I don't think I've ever taken doubles, but...
Anytime the deck spits out 2 cards, it's saying, nope, don't take either of these cards. As this is a double, right?
See, sometimes I would take that.
You can't take that double.
Okay.
But this is a single. You can take that one.
I saw what that one was.
I saw it too, unfortunately. And this one. Okay. Your directionality. Journeying into the unknown.
Interesting.
This is the 8 of Cups. What does that say? Unknown. No, this part. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, that's this part. What's this part?
One. Done.
Oh, there's an E on the end.
Yeah, that's like a weird... It looks like an O. But
I see.
Yeah.
Done. Okay. And then we have this one as your self-concept, arrival success.
Oh.
And then this one's the outcome. That's the King of Pentacles. So, not too bad.
No, not too bad at all.
Sounds like you're going to a fancy steakhouse tomorrow night. I confirmed our reservations. They texted me for confirmation.
Oh, good.
This one's for me. And let's see what else we got. What? Each of the cards came up amphetamines?
You get the speed card.
Yeah. What do you think the most amphetamine possible pull is? For 3 cards.
Pull.
For 3 cards.
For 3 cards. Well, 8 of rods.
That's the speed card.
Chariot. I would say the chariot.
Oh my god, that's what I thought! Let's go on the same journey to the unknown. My self-concept, Page of Pentacles. Payment, news, gain, bonus, perk, royalty, advantage. And the outcome, womp, 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 womp. Devastated, agony, ruin, signs, back, Tom. Well, that's why I don't trust the tarot very much sometimes. Let's pull another clarifier.
Maybe, can I pull the... that's you.
That's the magician.
And I think it's like one of your birth cards.
I think maybe the deck was saying, hey, you pulled the wrong one there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You're the magician of the tarot.
Ruben R.
Hey, Ruben R.
You look like a man in need of a tarot report.
Okay, let's do one for Dulles.
Would I rather be sentenced to the electric chair or sentenced to a jail cell and have to listen to Teal Swan on a repeat for 30 years? 30 years, I'd be 80 something. If you made like 10 years, I'll take the Teal Swan, but 30 years of endless Teal Swan?
Like,
that's just torture.
that's
Endless anything for 30 years.
You would like...
This is who again? Dulles.
Dulles.
Better start over. Dulles.
Dulles.
Dulles. I'm thinking about Dulles, not the airport. Not the airport. I don't want the tarot deck to get confused.
That's good.
Like, if you had to listen to Like a Virgin over and over again.
Oh my god!
For 30 years.
I would end up, oh my god. I'd probably end up like dancing in my cell and then like I would go through stages. You go through stages. Like
you're bound to block it out eventually.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, Dulles.
Dulles.
What?
That's bananas.
You're also going on the journey with us? Your self-concept is you're a 9 of cups win, lucky, plentiful guy, wishing for everything you want. And the outcome is harmony, cohabitation, whatever else this is. This is the 4 of Rods. Congratulations,
cool.
Dallas. Congratulations.
I don't know. Are we?
Well, Rachel and I are going on a journey to San Luis Obispo. What journey you're going on, I'm not sure. The fact is, the truth is, we know what our journey is. We're going to San Luis Obispo. It says unknown journey, but...
True. But it has to do with cups. So
Oh, it's unknown emotional journey.
Yeah.
I wonder how... It says I'm going to be emotionally devastated. I wonder if, like, Johnny cancels the show.
No, we need to print out those tickets. Yeah.
Or do need to print out the tickets.
Yeah, yeah. That would be a fucking devastation right there. Like... Oh, I saw what it was.
Oh, this is for show media.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
All right,
print
show
out
media.
the tickets exactly, our Rubenar.
The directionality you have is you're moving towards your inner high priestess. Okay? She's feminine. She's full of vaginas. All of that. Now, your self-concept. Oh, you got this one too. Harmony, cohabitation.
Cool.
You view yourself as a homebody who's in love with your home and your wife.
Yeah, you got a partner and you're like, yay!
And the outcome is the sword. Be careful, you naked baby, when you're riding that horse. You're not even holding on.
Definitely your sunscreen.
Yeah.
And definitely hold on to the horse.
And that laurel of flowers does not count as a helmet.
Yes, it's lovely. Okay, Rubenar, you're next.
We're talking Rubenar all night. This is your first card. Oh, this is the outside one. Sometimes it points in a direction like that to tell me where it belongs.
Look at you. You're like a pro.
Thanks,
Well, you
Diane.
always have been. You've always been good at tarot.
Ruben, your directionality is you're moving from retard to King of Swords.
You're like, hey,
I'm done being a retard.
I have these ideas. Listen.
Yes. That's the direction you're moving in. The direction you're moving in the King of Swords. That retard part was just me making a joke. Now, your self-concept. You see yourself as a naked baby on a horse.
You got the sun. Don't get that burn. You gotta put on lotion.
And your outcome.
And
wow.
hold on to that mane.
There's no saying what your outcome might be.
Ooh.
It's a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot. That's how you always take it. I always take it as a positive card for some reason. I like seeing
it. It says destiny, windfall, fortune, fate, risk. But how could it be anything other than a crapshoot if it's the Wheel of Fortune?
It's true. You're right. I agree. I'm gonna take that deck and I'm gonna pull for you.
Okay, cool.
Again. Because
What is this? Rachel Strauss is suing me.
Why aren't they suing you?
I didn't say that. I don't know what it says. I get this phone gives me more notifications.
I'm so sorry. I don't get any of your
That
notifications
anybody
anymore.
could possibly want. It notifies me of everything.
Sorry.
Your phone is still working. That'll be like a notification on my phone. All right, Rachel. So let's see what Rachel does with the old.
Okay. Hero Lamb is...
Hero Lamb Right now, Rachel's doing a poll for me.
Yeah.
And as soon as she's done, we'll do a poll for you. And since it's so important, we'll do a 5-carder.
Okay.
For Heroine. You know, I've already had my St. Johnny Day Miracle.
Okay.
Let's see what I got. My
Speed!
directionality.
Bing, 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 bing,
My
bing.
directionality is the Chariot. Score a. This is number 1 answer on the board. And my self-concept? Emperor. I think I'm the Emperor because I think my boots are the coolest.
They are. What?
Another bad outcome.
What's gonna break your heart?
Well, what if
You
Johnny
obviously
cancels
need-
the show?
Okay, that is a possibility. I'm pulling a clarifier.
Because the last time I got devastated as well, remember?
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. But you didn't get a bad outcome, so there's not something bad that's going to happen to both of us. And if it's something bad that happened to me that's bad enough, it would be bad for you too.
Okay, so let's do a different one.
Let's pull specifically about this outcome. I want 3 cards about my outcome. I want confirmation or something else. 1, 2.
I think that a romance between Johnny and Eric should happen. Because ENTP, INFJ is a great match.
Yes, but Johnny is way too important to notice me. And these are the outcomes. So, looks like everything's going along fine. You know,
Yeah,
we're
it does.
we're
That's
going
how
on
it
a
felt
romantic
before.
outing. We're going on a
We
romantic
got-
outing. We're married, you know.
Yes, we are.
We're rejoicing in our family bliss, romance, blah, 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 blah. So, okay, the first 2 outcome things are fine.
Yeah,
And
they
then-
are both pigs.
And then Emperor. But I also got this card.
So then it's like, who knows what's gonna happen? It's a
Which may just all be an illusion. And I also got this, a lot of cups.
Yeah, there is a lot of cups.
Well,
Wow,
that's a
where my
good
feels.
5-carder for me, so I don't know.
I don't know. Johnny songs get me in my feels sometimes. I sabotage my love just because I got
a little drunk on the bus, said some stuff. I'm just a stupid kid, and stupid is as stupid does. I sabotage my love, my love. Hey, this is for Heroine. We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 4. And we got 5. All right, your directionality. You're directing yourself towards arrival and success. Your top level frame. Your intuition and femininity are making your vagina very moist. Your bottom level frame. It's a new love. It's a new emotion. It's a new beginning. That's the bottom level frame here. It's a beginning, a new beginning, and you need to just trust your top level intuition. Your self-concept, you see yourself as moving in good control of your vehicle. You're moving, but you're in good control of your vehicle.
Yeah.
And the outcome. You got more pondering ahead of you before you get any real impacts, it looks like.
Yeah. Sometimes that card means like poutiness.
Poutiness, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because you feel like you've been betrayed and exploited and deceived. That's why you're pouty. I don't blame you for being pouty about that. I was pouty earlier, remember, Rachel?
I do.
Remember how fat and pouty my lips became?
Yes, I thought you got injectables.
Mm,
Oh, you look like.
That's what I looked like earlier.
Yeah.
That was Eric before the miracle of St. Johnny.
Oh, I felt like so like I wanted to help you so badly.
I said, Rachel, guess where we have to go?
I guess Oakhurst. I was like,
she guessed wrong.
yeah.
Is there an astrological connection with fear of heights? Yes. If you try to climb a ladder to any of your stars or planets, you will develop the fear of heights as you plummet from thousands of feet to your death.
They say that people who are afraid of success are sometimes afraid of heights. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I'm afraid of success. I think I'm not disciplined enough to attain success.
I get afraid of heights because fuck, I could fall off this thing and die.
That's a good reason to be afraid of heights. Not a good reason to be afraid of success.
No, I might be afraid of success.
I might be too. I don't know what to say about that. But the thing is, I'm never afraid of success in debate. I was a passionate pursuer of success, very competitive.
Yeah, and
like I hated to lose.
I forget who said. One of your friends told me, he's like, "Oh, you should see this guy up on stage. Like, he's so natural." And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, "Oh man, like, I'm like so not. Like, I get stiff." But so like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you're. I don't know. I wouldn't.
I
say
have a weird relationship with success and failure, right? It's like I've experienced high level success. But if you look at my YouTube history, it would suggest that I seem to be afraid of success because I seem to stop doing anything that starts being successful.
I have that problem too.
Of course, then it becomes like more of a work thing, and less of a playing around thing, and that's maybe it's always the case that if there's extrinsic motivation, your intrinsic motivation goes down.
Yeah. But why didn't that happen with debate?
I don't think I was ever extrinsically motivated to win.
Really? It's good.
At first, I was just. It's so much in my wheelhouse, argumentationally in every way, shape, and form, that I didn't want to win for other people. I never wanted to win for other people. I'd say things like, "Oh, I want the kids to win." But I'd tell the kids in person, "Look, you have to win because I hate fucking losing. And I can't win unless you do. So you have to win. That means I'm going to have to make sure you know all this shit as best as possible." But it was purely selfish. I just hated losing. So with YouTube, it seems like I hate winning.
Huh. Yeah, your YouTube would imply that, but it's not right. I think you are like a success. Like, I think that you would handle success well.
Yeah, well,
I
mean, handle it well. A lot of people, when they experience some sort of success, they find themselves artistically, like, kicked in the nuts, right? They don't know what to do anymore. Yeah. Maybe to a certain extent, that happened with me with Mindy's Club, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Well, when something tragic happens, it's only natural for some things to take a back seat,
Yeah.
Like, you gotta feel it. Like, especially with art, like,
you can't force it. You can't rush it.
You can. And when it is, everyone can tell. So, I mean, not
but
everyone.
But there's another reality too, which is you can't force it and you can't rush it. but sometimes you can push through your initial
And
resistance,
sometimes you should.
and that doesn't count as forcing it. You know.
No, well, does it not count as
The
forcing
thing is,
it?
if you can't push past your initial resistance into authentic state of flow, then you're still forcing it. But sometimes you just need to kickstart yourself to start.
That's how I am with karaoke, like in front of people. I'm like, I sometimes like I'll choose a song and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it.
Even though I've never heard it before.
Oh my god, if I've never heard it before, I'd be like, la, la, la. It's so difficult when you don't know the song.
Well, you remember when I tried to sing Waiting Room by Fugazi?
Yeah, it's very much like that. Like,
It's a hard one to sing.
yeah, but you could get it if you practice.
I could.
I
I stepped on a scorpion today with my bare foot.
Oh my god.
It was right here on one of the two shoes. I don't even remember which foot anymore. But I had gotten out of the shower. I had taken my flip flops off briefly to put on some pants and bun huggers and pants and a shirt. And then I was carrying my socks into the kitchen. I was going to put them on in the other room. And I felt like a thorn on my shoe. And I picked my foot up. I was like, what is that? And I thought it was a scorpion.
Oh my god, I would be freaking out.
But it didn't inject any venom in me. It might have been dead already. I may have like kicked it up with my flip flop under my foot, or it may have like run from somewhere and gotten on top of my shoe when I was putting my pants on. It would have to be pretty quick. I wouldn't spend a super long time putting. I'm not a quick dresser exactly. I'd get my bun hugger to put them on. Then I get my modesty pants, and I got to inside out them, because when I took them off, I inside outed them. So, actually, no, what I did this morning, actually, there was a longer time for the scorpion to have gotten on my shoe, because I decided it was time to change my bun huggers and modesty pants. So I went and inside out and checked their pockets for lighters and put them in the hamper. And then I got a new pair of modesty pants from the closet. I put those on. Then I put my belt on. Then I put my flip flop back on. So it could have maybe crawled on there in that amount of time.
Yeah.
But
Where
it seems
are they
unlikely.
coming from? Like,
if it had been alive, wouldn't it have stung me?
that's probably what you felt.
Well, I felt a sharp kind of thorn feeling,
Yeah.
but if it had been a scorpion venom, I think I would have felt more than that. It didn't even feel
Yeah,
like a
you
bee
would
sting.
have. I don't.
It didn't even feel like a bee sting. It just felt like I stepped on something pokey for a second.
You did.
That's true. There was a scorpion that was pokey.
Yeah. It just was a baby, and then.
They're all the same size. All the scorpions we've
Except
ever
for the
found.
big one that we like squished in the garage. That one was bigger.
A little bit, but it still wasn't like this
No,
or
it wasn't.
anything.
I don't-
These scorpions are like this big. So, anyway, don't walk around here barefoot.
Yeah, I definitely can't, especially because we still have a lizard that's like not sure where that is.
I wouldn't worry about the lizard. If you step on the lizard, only the lizard is going to get hurt.
It would be. I mean, I would be just like
Right. Are street gang members ESTP? Probably not. Maybe some of them, but they're more likely, I think, to be SFP. ESTPs tend to be pretty bright. Although, I knew an ESTP who lost his way. Yes, this is an Oakland A's jersey. This is not just any Oakland A's jersey. This is a Shea Langoliers jersey. Okay. Because Rachel and I are co-presidents of the Shea Langoliers fan club, and we're also co-presidents of the International JAWNY Week Foundation.
yes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the stuff from the dryer.
So anyway, in anticipation of making my uploaded video about the rules of International Johnny Week, let me just articulate them as we know them now. Number one, obviously, International Johnny Week lasts 7 days. It starts on a Monday, ends on a Sunday. Starts on the third Monday of September every year. This is an annual event. Well, I've never really fanboyed anybody before. I read an article today how Deion Sanders says, I'm not really a fan of anybody in sports, but I respect people, some people more than others, I'm a fan of a few artists who are singular talents, but yeah, right? Well, I don't operate in the world of sports, so if I was going to take Deion Sanders' attitude, I'd say I'm not really a fan of anybody in music, but Johnny, and that's been true for my whole life. I'm a fan of good tracks. I'm a fan of good music. I'm not a fan of people, right? But Johnny's so singular an artist. There are occasional exceptions, like Debo's on San Francisco. Unfortunately, I don't remember Debo Samuels. You mean? He's a football player. Shea Langoliers is a baseball player. Anyway, but there are occasionally singular talents where the only proper response is to say, I've got two things to do here. I can either be honest or I can be dishonest. If I'm honest, I'm going to be rejoicing today in his vision. If I'm dishonest, I'm going to be hating on it and or trying to keep some sort of distance from the truth for some reason. So it is true that you've never seen me fanboy on anybody before. In fact, people often ask me, like, well, who are some intellectuals you respect? I have a couple of names that can come to mind, but it's like, there's an area where I'm like Deion Sanders, right? I'm not a fan of any intellectuals. There are some people I respect, but to suggest that I'm a fan of other intellectuals would suggest that other intellectuals can be above me, which is not the case. Sure, there are people with expertises in smart areas that I don't have expertises in that can outthink me in those areas, no problem. I'm not going to win a calculus contest, right? But what I mean in terms of thinkers, intellectuals, philosopher types, people who explain consciousness and big questions and stuff, I'm not a fan of anybody. I'm not a fan of Kant. I'm not a fan of anybody. There are people I respect. I'm like with Jungian cognitive functions. I'm not a fan of Jung. I concede and acknowledge the fact that it was his genius that came up with the concept, and good for him for that, But I don't think he's a better intellectual than I am, So I get Deion Sanders' position, but I don't view myself as musically top rate like that. I view myself intellectually top rate because I am. I just encounter it over and over and over and over again. When you're as deeply steeped in argumentation, analysis, and everything like that as I am, it's just you don't worry about people outclassing you, intellectually. And I don't worry about people outclassing me musically. I just celebrate it when somebody's that genius,
That's good.
There's nothing else you can do except be a hater.
Why be a hater? I don't know. I mean, I guess like I'm a hater on certain things. Like I'm like really not into polygamy, and
that's not being a hater. That's having a perspective on things. Being a hater is you wish you were as good as they are, so you're gonna shit on it because secretly you're jealous. That's a hater. Do I like the Eagles? I do like that song.
My dad saw the Eagles last night, actually, to hear a lamb. He saw them with Steely Dan. They played together. Like, not together,
Wow.
Yeah, right?
He saw Steely Dan. I said Donald Fagen, really.
He loves Steely Dan.
I like Steely Dan a lot, too.
They're great.
But I don't think that Donald Fagen's as singular a talent as, say, Eminem or Johnny.
No.
He's way more hit and miss. Although, like a lot of NTPs, he he was slow blooming, slow developing, Donald Fagen. Some of his best shit was some late shit, like The Night Fly was maybe Steely Dan's best album, and it was after Walter Becker died. I mean, certainly it's a great album that you can listen to from start to finish, which is very rare, very rare. Um, do I miss Bobby? No, I think Bobby left after we had that religious argument in which he called into question the legitimacy of my Christianity, and I called into question the wisdom of his. So you do get occasional singular talents who just appropriately blow you away if you're right about things. And Eminem was one of those. Johnny's one of those.
I like that you found Johnny, like, looking at, like, with Honey Pie. Then we got into Trigger Love because of Delilah. And then we discovered,
the new
it's
album.
always
It's never fair, always true.
Together.
And we listened to and we watched it here and we're just like, what is this?
Donald Fagen is a pig?
I have a thing for good artists and good music, but mostly good music, you won't hear me raving about the artists themselves very often because few artists survive their own success. Johnny's not had a chance to pull a Fiona Apple yet. I don't think he will because I think he's an INFJ.
Like in the beginning he did. Like he made mistakes in the beginning
because
like he was young and like.
Then you go in the opposite direction of Fiona Apple. He's going from less clear to more clear.
Yeah, and that's the difference.
I mean, he's only 25 fucking years old. His juvenile mistake, I think.
No way.
I'm pretty sure.
No, he's older than Delilah.
Delilah's not 25.
What's she gonna be?
She's gonna be 25, but she's still 24.
But no, his birthday is December 23rd, 1995. So he's.
Okay, so he's 28.
Yeah. He's still in his 20s.
Still in his 20s though. And his juvenile mistakes were minor ones compared to most people's.
Oh
juvenile,
I like that. Like, I know, like, it's like filler stuff, but I don't know if it was a real phone call, but like, he's playing a song and he's like, "What do you guys think about that?" And his friends go like, either the other band member and his manager go like, "I don't know, like, I love you, man, but I just don't know." And then the manager's like, the label, it just sounds like your other stuff. The label wants something else. And he's like, "You're my manager. You should have open communication with me."
Oh, is that song about addiction? That's funny. I never thought about that. I've never thought about what that song's about. I've sung along with it since I was a kid. I've heard it since I was a kid, and I never thought about what it was about. You go back, Jack, do it again. Wheels turning round and round. You go back, Jack, do it again. I don't know any more of the lyrics of it. I can think of. I didn't
know that was Steely Dan.
Oh, it's about a gambler who never learns his lesson.
Oh.
It's a gambling addiction. You didn't know that was Steely Dan?
No.
Oh. You know what the song most people don't know is Steely Dan that is Steely Dan? Well, gambling is definitely an addiction thing.
But I only...
Is, I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh, yeah. Because that song is, I think, the only Steely Dan song that is not sung by Donald Fagen.
The only one.
I believe it's the only one. There may be one other or something, but let's look it up. That song is called Dirty Work. Times are hard, you forget to pay the fee, so you find yourself somebody who can do the work for free. When you need loving and your man is out of town, it's the time you get me running, and you know I'll be around. Yeah.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah.
Boom, boom.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
No more booming, ding.
We could do that for karaoke. We could do Maxine for cat. Oh, Maxine's so hard.
No, Maxine's not hard. We could do Maxine.
Okay, cool.
But I want to not put lyrics. I want the story of the song. On Wikipedia. So, this is kind of like an early version of You Got a Man by JAWNY.
Oh, really? Oh, but are you? Yeah.
Or maybe more like Trounce 40. Is that what it's called?
Four Towns?
Four Towns? Yeah. Maybe more like Four Towns. David Palmer. Did David Palmer sing any songs for Steely Dan other than Dirty Work? Are all songs except Dirty Work sung by Donald Fagen? Oh, no, there's one other song that David Palmer sang on. Sang on just two songs. Brooklyn Owes the Charmer Under Me and Dirty Work. Which songs are not sung by, which Steely Dan songs are not sung by Donald Fagen? Which Steely Dan songs are not sung by Donald Fagen?
You know what else I feel like relatable to Johnny is he like references like losing his wallet. Like I used to lose my purse all the time. Like you would think one of the most important things like that you're holding like a person would remember, but I'd be so like involved with like conversation or whatever, just being like INFJ SX and like fucking always forgetting my bag.
Alright, I left my heart in my wallet, so if you see my name, that's why I'm calling. Send a sober text even when I'm drunk. Oh no. Who's Royce Jones? What does he sing on? Is he a backup singer? Doesn't even list that other guy, David Palmer. Who are the backup singers? Well, it sounds like really it's just David Palmer singing those two songs except for Donald Fagen. I think we could definitely sing Maxine. That's a great song.
Okay.
I think Roxy Music has some very underrated good songs that are overlooked. I'd have to check them out a bit. I haven't really listened to them at all. I do not like Grateful Dead. No. No, I do not like the Grateful Dead. I have to check out Roxy Music. I'm not sure what to think of them. So wait, who else did you think that you were comparing? You said to Johnny?
Just me.
Oh, you. Right. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say another artist.
Mm-mm. I don't know another artist besides Corey that's close to him.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Um, Maxine, I want to show you that we could sing this
Okay.
by singing it right now.
All right.
No, this is not the Donald Fagen song. Some say that we're reckless. They say we're much too young. Tell us to stop before we've begun. We've got to hold out till graduation. Try to hang on, Maxine, while the world is sleeping.
We meet the mall.
Talk about life, the meaning of it all. Try to make sense of the suburban sprawl. Try to hang on, Maxine. Oh, Mexico City is like another world. Nice this year, they say. You'll be my senorita in jeans and pearls. But first, let's get off this highway. Off this highway. We'll move up to Manhattan and fill the place with friends. Drive to the coast and drive right back again. One day we'll wake up, make love until then. Try to hang on, Maxine. It's a little hard, but not that hard.
It's pretty good. That's a good karaoke song.
It is a good one. If we had the karaoke back, then we'd be able to sing it, no problem.
Yeah.
Suffragette City? I've not considered ever singing Suffragette City at karaoke. But it is a good song. This is a music song.
Oh, I know one that I want to sing.
What's that?
That maybe other people would sing in with me. Kids in America.
Right. Kids in America would be a good choice for that. I like that one. Yeah. I also like the idea of possibly singing some Johnny songs at karaoke.
If they have
it.
Yeah, I mean, we can sing to his own.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get a copyright problem. So the thing is, yes, you might accuse me of being a little bit fanboy about Johnny, but really, it's important to remember I'm just celebrating International Johnny Week appropriately. And that's why I wanted to recap the rules of Johnny's Week before I got distracted.
What's so bad about like being a fanboy too? I mean, like I'm a fan. I told this like tarot reader that I was a fangirl of her, like
Right.
because I am so.
Yeah. You know, I don't get this opportunity to be a genuine fan of somebody like that.
Oh my god, musically, it happens like basically never.
Like even artists I respect a lot. Like I respect Mother Mother a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think they mostly do good stuff. I respect Saint Motel. Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of artists that make specific songs that I think are fantastic that I go apeshit over maybe, but I can't remember being so impressed with an artist really ever. But definitely since Eminem made a big impressed the fuck out of me at the time. He's obviously not as he's much more hit and miss than Johnny because he's an ENTP and Johnny's an INFJ. You know, it's just gonna be how it goes. But he nevertheless was like leveling up on the genre in the same way that Johnny is. He's leveling up on the genre. You might call him indie alternative or whatever, but he's raising the game and it's going to influence lots of people following him. Same as Eminem did. You can't listen to rap now without hearing Eminem. Mm-hmm. You hear it in everything that everybody does, you know? No, I'm pretty damn sure Johnny's an INFJ because his lyrics are so socially, gracefully deaf, he's just so NIFE. His lyrics are just so bam.
And so much of what he says in his lyrics, like, I done and said.
He says INFJ things like, I mean everything to everyone but not to myself. And he says things like, and if you ask me, I'm okay. But if I ask myself, the answer would probably change. He says things like, my mom forgets all that remembers all that I forget. Mm-hmm. Even though he's in his 20s, he views himself as forgetful. It's not like it's an old age thing, right? Mm. He
says that he wants to get rid of his photos from the 2nd grade.
Yeah, throw out my papers. My papers from the 2nd grade. Yeah, throw out all my papers from the 2nd grade. He's extremely careful not to be self-aggrandizing at any point, which does not play well if you just look at me and you can see how poorly that plays.
He's very grateful for,
Well, he's intuitive enough to recognize how mind-blowing what's happening to him is.
Yeah, he is.
You get like ESFPs who's like, I always deserved this, girl, and you haters told me I wasn't good enough, but I knew if I just slept my way to the top, I'd be fine. You get ENTJs or ESTJs who are going to be saying things like, you just got to have a clear goal and work toward it continually, and you know, it's just people give up too quick, and they don't want it bad enough, or they're not smart enough about how to go about getting it and stuff like that. You say shit like that. Johnny's much too aware of how the whole package fits together to ever dream of making that mistake. Whether or not his deflections are entirely authentic, well, if he were to ask himself, he might know the answer. That's for the rest of us to decide. The point is, he's playing it all perfectly. Not just making brilliant genius music, not just doing brilliant genius shit with his weird video film thing, but managing his social media presence perfectly, impeccably, so that he's as likable as can be. Nobody's gonna dislike that guy. If they hate his music, it's because they're haters and nothing to do about that. But nobody's going to say, yeah, he makes good stuff, but what a douchebag about him, right? Yeah. Nobody ever going to say that about him. That's textbook INFJ self-awareness and or really universal awareness of how shit plays. Yeah.
And he's how romantic an INFJ is. Like, that's, like, his form of it, like, the way he talks about it is how an INFJ is. And
INFJ males are not puss slayers.
No. And, like, INFJ girls are, like, not either. Like, we're not, like...
They're not dong slayers?
Dick slingers, yeah.
You're not cock holsters.
No,
I self-identify as a cock holster.
your birthday. On my birthday. I get his lyrics messed up all the time. Like
Yeah, me
I'm
too. Me too. Like I thought it was you smell like warm apple pie, but you taste like warm apple pie.
Oh, I thought it was you smell like warm apple pie too. I didn't know it was you taste like warm apple pie.
You
Wow.
taste like warm apple pie. You say
said
you
you
single, you lie. I saw them texts from that guy. Man, whatever. I really feel like as we were driving to the store today, also, I had kind of a know the lyrics, kick in kind of, hey, they're really starting to solidify for me just in time. Another maybe St. Johnny's Day miracle.
That is.
I really feel like the lyrics are setting in so I can remember them for the show for almost all the good songs. All the songs are gonna be almost all of the songs are good. It seems unlikely to me he's gonna play one of the stinker songs.
No. I mean, he might. He has 4 in his tri-type, so he might play one that he likes in particular as an artist, but he has very good taste in what he
I
does.
could see him playing Selfish Hate, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna play one of the old songs that's like from an old like from For Abby that's not very good or whatever. I don't know which of the songs. One of the albums has like some boring slow song on it that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, the I fall apart when. I actually like that song.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because it reminds me of a 20 song. That's why I like it.
Well, every time I doubt this man, I end up realizing later how foolish I was to have doubted him. So I'll take your word for it. It's probably better than I'm aware of. But it's not one I listen to or something.
It just reminds me of the 20s. I like the 20s.
I like the 20s. I like to do the Charleston. You know?
I'll tell you.
Even when the music is totally not appropriate for the Charleston.
Charleston's like not easy.
You gotta go
right. I can't. It's like you flap your like, yeah. See, it's not easy. But you have the lyric. Yeah, you're doing a 20s dance there though. Because that's like how they would dance.
I can't even do regular dances, let alone the Charleston. I can waltz. I learned how to waltz for my first wedding.
I have to follow you.
Wait,
Sorry.
do I go back first or do I go forward first?
I don't know that.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Oh my God.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember
Oh
that.
man, I'm so glad.
No, I don't remember.
Like that.
I was in cotillion too.
Oh.
I never learned to dance for any of those dances because why? SE 8th is not good at dancing. Or just Eric's not good at dancing. So.
No, it makes sense. It's like SE 8th. I like your moves, but I like your moves. I like when you dance.
Like this one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Call that the jogging.
The jogging.
Yeah.
You have to help me pick out what to wear. I'm wearing sneakers.
Good idea.
Yeah, because like, you know.
You take those B12s?
No. I'll be back.
We're on a B12 crash diet trying to fix our neuropathy. I can't tell if it's doing anything or not. It's hard to say because it gets worse and better anyway all the time, like during the course of a given day. Random times it's better, random times it's worse. I kind of try to I used to keep more tabs on it. I kind of forgot about it for mostly now because I only have it in a couple little spots on the bottom of my feet. Although there was a brief moment when I had it bad, it was very concerning actually. Like I couldn't put my head down like this without feeling these electric shock things. It was kind of scary. That was after I quit nitrous for a couple of months. I went and did one more box to just sort of check to make sure that I was still broken or whatever, it made it suddenly like a lot worse. One more box it was like it must be accelerating returns, you know, and it doesn't appear to repair itself, whatever it is. But the mechanism is a B12 or B vitamin deficiency. I read this article about this lady who recovered completely from nitrous-induced neuropathy by getting B vitamin injections. So I thought we'd try it non-injection style, pill form first, and hopefully we take like 10,000 milligrams a day. Maybe that'll help the neuropathy. I'm more worried. I'm not really worried about mine at all. It's like whatever. Like, it doesn't impact me at all. But Rachel's got it much worse than I do. So obviously, and I have a lot of guilt about that. So I would love to see a solution to that problem. I feel guilty and so filthy. I feel filthy and guilty and gay. Well, if you don't feel guilt sometimes, you're not human, you know. We're all sinners to some extent, and thus should all have at least a little bit of guilt occasionally. Some of it sticks with us longer than others. In contrast, like I don't feel any guilt or psychic wound from killing that baby mouse this morning because it was definitively the right thing to do. The thing was not going to survive. It was being tortured by the cat. It was a quick and painless kill. And so I don't feel like psychically wounded about it like I do about the little baby quail that the cats brought inside that I failed to save, and then I got it cleaned up. It's tore up. It looked like the cats had dressed it, like it field dressed it, you know, like it was stripped down to like a little bird body that was just all skin. They pull all the feathers off of it. It's crazy. I feel bad about that little quail because when it was peeping away, it's like if I had tried really hard, maybe I could have successfully saved it. Instead, I was just like, I can't deal with this. I'm going back to bed. I wasn't in the mood to deal with it or whatever. And now I feel guilty about it. But I feel good about the mouse because I know I did the right thing. I prevented it from being further tortured by the cat and put it out of its misery when it was definitely not going to recover because it was a baby and only like at least one of its hind legs wasn't even working anymore. So, well, you know, Ned Flanders says that about fluorescent lights. He says they hum like angels. I don't know if I'm tough enough on myself sometimes. It's like I was watching Alone, and there are all these people out there. They're competing for $500,000. And one of them says, I mean, it's a fortune that would take me decades to accumulate. Let me think, like, wow. That's true. Take my parents and my grandmother all their lives to accumulate the wealth that I'm spending. The wealth that we're spending. And, you know, we're coming at it from our perspective of not having been in tuatars our whole life. Just not equipped to do that, you know? Why did I come in here? I came in here for a reason. Oh, right. I was going to get that. I'm going to get this and this instead. And this. And meanwhile, I was being very pouty about not being able to get my drugs, you know. And it really made me. Well, what I did shortly thereafter was pray for help remembering how fortunate I am and for help to help me stop being such a baby. Like, I got nothing to complain about. What am I getting all pouty for just because I can't get my drugs? But I can tell you this much, if I still didn't have them, I'd still be pouty probably. I don't know, it's like I said, I'd be okay with not being able to get them if it didn't put me in this limbo of uncertainty. If they just said you can't get it for a week or two, like if they had a specific date, like you can't get it until the 1st of October, I would be fine with that. It's just this daily like hope disappointment cycle that gets you after a while. You know? But anyway, regardless, the point is, I have absolutely nothing to complain about at all, and should always just be waking up, going through the world just like, thank you, God, for this wonderful life. I love it so much. I am so appreciative. Instead of being all moody and whatever, you know. But I guess I'm habituated to a difficult life. So I'm so deeply habituated to a difficult life. I'm having trouble adjusting to an easy one in some sense. I'm having trouble knowing how to really experience joy in a context which is custom made for that, designed to help me experience joy and allow me to experience joy. But I'm not super practiced in experiencing it. Life's always been difficult in one way or another. It's never been easy or straightforward. It's never been worry free. It's always been stressful, you know. So anyway, I finally cleaned up those cigarette butts. Thanks, Speed. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You really helped me get things done. And the next thing we're going to do is going to go take care of a little bit of trash back in the deck on this week's episode of Eric's on Speed. Don't worry, friends. It's entirely legal. I got it from the pharmacy, not the streets. All right, so I'm going to take this trash bag out to the trash cans. I'm also going to put this trash can back. I'll need to get a new trash bag for it. This is the cat poop trash can. So, as one should expect of a St. Johnny's Week miracle, this St. Johnny's Week miracle is beginning to pay immediate dividends. All right. As you see, we've got a lot of trash here. Let me show you. Boxes, just assorted trash. It needs to go in the trash can. So I need to get one thing. I'll be right back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these blind slats in the garbage. I'm going to do that. I'm going to need to cut some of these strings. I'm going to kind of cut the strings willy-nilly. And hope it's good enough. If I need to cut more later, I will, you know. Now, the thing about these is, when you pull them out of the string, you got no problems for all of them, maybe even the big one, but if there's an exception, it'd be this big one. These ones, they break no problem. You can just break them into pieces like this. Throw the pieces in the trash can. And I probably don't even need to break it into fours. You know, I can just break it in half. But I want to make sure I can fit them all in a trash can as best as possible. So. Get the strings off. We don't need those strings. Let's see if we can do a multi-pack. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good break there for a multi-pack. This one, multi-pack's fine too. A little more difficult, but by using that thing, it becomes easier. All right. This one looks like I need a little more cutting. I'm going to do those scissors. What did I do with my scissors? Where did I put them this time? Oh, never mind. I don't need them. I managed to take all this string off without them. Now, let's see just how much of a multi-pack we can do. We could maybe do like 15 of them at once. That would expedite things. Get rid of this string. I'll just do this many right now. Pia, pia, pia. We're gonna pia. And then we're gonna pia. As per, yeah. There. Now let's get the rest of these little ones. Before we start talking about the big one. Bam! Look at that. Yeah, this one is not going to break so easily. But, remember if I do this. Hi-ya! Yep, that works fine. Okay. Now let's get these ones. We'll cut them with our scissors as per now. And then at this point, you should mostly be able to just slide them on out of here. I think we're going to do a lot more string cutting. Maybe a little bit. Where do my scissors go? Ah, cut already. Alright, there. Now let's get these ones. Okay, we're making some real progress now. These blinds have sat out here for weeks and weeks and weeks. Or at least weeks and weeks. I don't know if weeks and weeks and weeks is accurate. But it's good to get this done. It's been waiting on me to have some motivation for a while now. Okay. Okay. Now we have these ones here to go. So let's cut along top again, as per me. There. Let's break this one like this. Hi-ya! And let's put it in the trash. Okay. Now, how heavy is this? It's not that heavy, but just in case, I don't want to run afoul of Captain Garbage Man's weight allowance problem. So I'm going to distribute some of these into another one. I think that seems wise. Well, let me do a little bit more cutting. Okay. Now it looks like we've mostly dealt with this spring here. We'll just get some of these flats and give them the old 1, 2, 3 as they call it. Alright. And what they mean by the old 1, 2, 3 when they say that, which is something they say like all the time, is this. This is the old 1, 2, 3. Oh, I dropped all over the arch. So I'm trying to show off the old 1, 2, 3. Alright. Got about one more stack of slats to go. Maybe two. I think I could do it in one. Get these strings off of here. Alright. Down like that. I guess that's enough for 1, 3. Probably too much, if anything. Okay. I'll just do these a few at a time. Okay. Okay. The only thing left of these metal things, these have to be cut. I'll do that later. And then there's this canvas I want to throw away. I'm just gonna do that. I like this stick though. Let me keep that. Okay. Now all we need to do is centralize all the boxes in one location. And it won't look like quite so much of a mess out here. And in fact, it won't be so much of a mess out here. Okay. Now all I have to do is pick up this string that's on the ground, which you may or may not be able to see. It's getting a little dark. There.
Can I add to the boxes?
Sure.
So we might have to keep an eye on the dryer because it's not drying.
Have you been cleaning the lint thing?
Yes.
There we go, look at it. This thing is you want it on medium?
I want it on high, but I'm trying to figure out what's working.
Have you tried high?
I did high. I did high the first go through, and I was
I see. Well, doesn't really feel like hot air is coming in.
Yeah.
Let's see up here. Definitely not very hot air. Now this thing should run on propane, I would guess. No, this is electric. No, wait. It is propane, I think. I think it's propane.
Okay.
Does it say what it is?
Or what kind of machine?
Like what it uses, electricity or propane?
No. Automatic preferred automatic setting, energy preferred. Package ice, sensor drying.
Well, we have propane left, don't we?
You should. I didn't think it was that long ago that we got it.
Well, let's see by turning on the stove. There's propane. But let's look outside of the propane tank. Get the flashlight and look outside. Yeah, we got plenty of propane. We got like 65 left or something. 65 or 70, so that should be plenty of propane for whatever. Let me go look at the back of the dryer with my glasses on and this flashlight. See if I can see anything that stands out. You guys come up so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it uses some kind of gas. But I can't really read what's on that yellow thing. I still won't be able to read it. But I can't get my head down here. I'm gonna have to wait till this is done and pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is called a Whirlpool Gold Ultimate Care 2. Whirlpool Gold Ultimate Care 2. So we can Google it. Well, first I think it's time for a beer and the bong rip.
Yeah.
It was chilly out there, but I got hot doing work, you know.
Yeah.
Hi, Levi Samuels.
Hey, Levi Samuels.
As you can see, I got a little bit winded doing some work. Yeah, it's probably a troll, Moonfei, but I'm gonna let it ride for a minute and see. Channel was made in 2020, so it's not like somebody just made it today in order to troll me. What is going on with this tonight? Well, tonight we're telling the story of the miracle of St. Johnny. And discussing some of the rules of International Johnny Week. I haven't really gotten too deep into those, but one of them is, of course, that if you do live near an International House of Pancakes, you should go eat there at some point during International Johnny Week.
Apple pie is good too because he eats it in honey pie and.
Well, he eats honey pie and honey pie.
Okay, so then go and get some honey pie.
Technically, the traditional Johnny Week meal at IHOP is the Tutti Frutti Fresh and Fruity.
Oh.
But if you want to deviate from that, you know, not everybody celebrates International Johnny Week the same.
Okay? I don't want to deviate from it.
Of course, at some point during International Johnny Week, it's typically done on the Tuesday or Wednesday. You should make what's known as Jot Roast, which is a Johnny-themed pot roast. As per the pot roast Rachel and I made the other day. Additionally, Thursday night is known as St. Johnny's Eve. And it's traditional to retell the story of the miracle of the orphan boy who got his drugs just in time for the concert.
Yeah.
That's traditional. There's also Journaling, which can be done in the denouement, if one wishes, on Saturday or Sunday, where you go house to house and sing Johnny songs to people. We're probably going to skip that this year. It's not well established enough holiday. People just think we're weird.
I'm not even sure how some of the songs start.
Oh, you know, no space big enough for how I feel. I'd show you with my hands if I could deal. 'Cause I love you more than I can love myself. How did the pot roast come out? I think it came out quite good.
It was delicious.
It was delicious, really.
Yeah, it really was.
It was made out of a tri-tip, not a typical piece of cut of meat for a pot roast, but we treated it like one. And it took extra time to get fall apart, but by the time it did, it was just like,
I'm putting my stuff upstairs if you need.
I don't need anything.
Okay.
I have got a pen on my own now.
I need your gobble pen.
Take some. That's not this one. Where is it? Was it?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, there.
Okay.
So what's going on tonight is that I thought by the time Thursday afternoon rolled around, it was like 3 o'clock. I was like, okay, well, we're not going to get my vibe bands in time for this concert, and it's just all there is to it. And then I called the pharmacy, and they had it. You know, it depends on the pot roast, right? Pot roast is like in some sense, all pot roasts taste the same. Okay, but in another sense, two pot roasts that are fairly close in flavor can be a very different, wide gap of quality between them. In other words, little details make the pot roast. You know, it's got to be flavored just right. It's got to have the right amount of balance of spices and everything. It's easy to make it too meh, or whatever that is. Could be too many carrots. Could be too much wine. Could be too meh. The longer you cook it, the less susceptible you are to too meh, because things really blend in together nicely. Especially if you're crock potting it like we are. It takes we left it in there for basically like 24 hours at least cooking. So, um, what's International Johnny Week? You've never heard of it? Well, it began this past Monday. It happens every year. This is the first annual International Johnny Week, and it culminates in the Friday show that may or may not occur during any given year's annual Johnny Week, International Johnny Week. But yeah, the holiday peaks on Friday, and there's a denouement in which you're expected to sort of post mortem your previous 5 days of Johnny Week on Saturday and Sunday. And of course, you can finish any of the pot roast that's left over from earlier in the week. Why not? You know. And you typically go to bed right before you go to bed Sunday night on International Johnny Week. You listen to the song Everything and nod knowingly, and then you go to bed. So these are the rules of International Johnny Week as unilaterally dictated by me to the world. Since I'm the one who came up with it, and I came up with the rules, everybody just has to accept them. Do you all have a favorite season? My favorite season, well, it's not summer. We can eliminate summer. It's either autumn or winter. It's either autumn or winter. Yeah, technically, autumn starts tomorrow, and I actually feel like autumn starts tomorrow. Unlike in LA, where technically autumn starts tomorrow, and I don't ever feel like autumn starts until the middle of October, if then. It's chilly outside. If I hadn't just been working, I'd have a jacket on for sure. In fact, I will go get one. I'll turn on the lights out here so you can see something. Now I got my bib. Okay, there. Oh, I still didn't get my beer. God. I was sitting inside talking like the camera was there. And really, I was just moderating the chat. That was dumb of me. I realized, oh wait, I'm not talking to anybody but myself. The camera is outside. Almost certainly Xcode re-uploads is another one. Almost 100%. So. Like I said when I was sitting inside, I was like, is anybody else in here besides me and Rachel a moderator even? You know, that's what I said. I was like, we could use another moderator. Well, this particular hater seems to have the hots for Rachel. I don't blame the hater for having the hots for Rachel, but they nevertheless cannot have her. It was a need-driven appointment. Like, yeah, I know. I have a hot young wife. I don't doubt that plenty of people would like to get on her, but they can't. She's got some gray going on now here down the sides of her head. I've noticed today. She's beginning to mature into a dignified woman. Maybe we won't look so ridiculous together anymore. Not that I ever really worried about that at all. You know. There was one occasion when I was like, oh, God. Will you just get the fact that she's older than she looks? Which, of course, other people in the world don't get that. I was shocked to see that you're like, how are you not a moderator? I don't even know. You're here all the time. You're our personal spirit guide advisor. How could you possibly not be a moderator? Well, the answer is because I don't even think about this stuff really. Until there's a paucity of moderation going on. Until a paucity of moderation distresses. You can do it. Even you can make this basket. That's over 2. Let's try again. I'll show you the basket I'm trying to make it into. I got rubber bands in my hands. I'm pushing 6 in my pants. I spent about half my advance just trying to get you. Come on now. This is ridiculous. Take off my glasses, maybe I'll have a better shot of it. How ridiculous is this? There. I made it. I will concede that this is a new form of trolling that I've not encountered before. I don't recall. Or people just lust after Rachel. I put a lot of effort into tonight. Like, I must have lined up quite a few. Well, I think Code re-uploads seems to be a real channel. I assumed Code re-uploads. You were the same as the other ones, but maybe not. You got 3.7 thousand subscribers, even though you only have 5 videos. And you joined in 2017. Who is this guy, Code? Anyway. It looks like he's just smoking weed. It's like anybody can do that. I smoke weed all the time. Well, you either did him or you hit him. One of the two. Yes, you hid somebody. No, you didn't hide that person. No. I'm talking about the person who came in earlier and said, "Hi, hey, host Eric. It was Xcode re-uploads." I assumed Xcode re-uploads, who popped in at 7:39, was going to prove to be another one like Free Emulators, Daisy Pingy, or whatever else, right? But instead, I think he might actually be a legitimate person, which is why you shouldn't trust your intuition too much. However, I could be wrong. He could still turn out to be another troll, but he seems to have a legit channel and stuff. So, been around since 2017. He's got over 3,000 subs. You know, more legit than most trolls and sock puppet accounts seem anyway. But no, they did not get hid, that person. Whether they are still here, whether they were just briefly here and left, that I do not know. There, now I'm like, Kodak. I smoke pot too. Inspired by Kodak, I began smoking pot. Yeah, but nobody wants to watch an old man smoke pot in uncool ways, Eric. I wonder if other YouTubers go through the same things that I go through, like with these persistent spite monkeys. Is it a phenomenon unique to me? Am I enabling it by not like banning them quick enough in the past or something? Or is it most likely Eric's not making social mistakes that are making people hate him? Probably. That's the usual MO of that shit. But you know, what are you gonna do? The thing that the spiteful have as an advantage, more than anything else, is persistence. Being spiteful means you're willing to waste your own time, even your own resources, trying just to do harm to somebody else because you hate them. And probably you've got some sort of misguided notion that it attains justice. But yeah, so what spiteful people have is a willingness to incur harms to do harms. Normally, you incur harms to attain benefits, right? But they view the harming of the other as a benefit worth incurring harms to themselves for. Okay, well, let's say it were bots then, Moonfei. Why would it be Rachel specific? Why would there be a singular line of um, attack that is um, not identical in each instance, but similar, same line of I guess, troll, right? Now, I would agree that that's more trolly and less spiteful than some things that people could say, but it seems likely to be another attempt by a person who's tried other strategies before, you know, rather than just a totally unique new troll. They know enough about Rachel, at least. I mean, they know enough about the channel at least to know that Rachel's my wife, and that's a way to try to get at me. To try to get at me through Rachel. But that could be coincidence. It's tricky to use our intuition too much in circumstances like this, you know. Or were they picking up from the chat? The chat wasn't saying anything about Rachel. And it's like it's someone with a bunch of different accounts, right? So it's like they're going from one of their accounts to another, um, engaging in repeated attempts to hijack the space, right? So it could be a totally unique troll who's happened upon this channel for the first time, who has a whole bunch of accounts, who does this. But this stratagem's been used against me before, or attempted against me before, and this smacks more familiar than different to me. Just a different incarnation, right? Like, it went from talking about Rachel in a sexualized way to, can you shut up, please, old geezer, rambling, so annoying, right? So, those are attacks I've heard before from a previous spite monkey. You know, it's being a spite monkey means they're not very smart. They have a limited repertoire of things that they can bring to the table. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but this spite monkey is not very smart, right? So they tend to repeat themselves. This idea they had tonight coming in was a new idea. It was like, I'm going to sexualize Rachel. And then, but they reverted to old geezer, rambling, these kind of things. Even though I may be an old geezer, but I'm being quite on point regarding these matters and not rambling at all. So, and Vanessa in LA, if you're so annoyed, then get the fuck out of here, you stupid cunt. This is the thing about people like this person and people like Jeff Shaw or whatever. Like, if you hate me so much, go away. There are plenty of things in the world I'm sure you don't hate. Why are you directing so much attention to something you don't like so much? And there's no real answer to it. So like she keeps not. I'm not drinking alcohol, you stupid fuck. This is non-alcoholic beer. I haven't drank alcohol in 10 years. Now, that would suggest they don't know very much about me. I think that they are going to get me with telling me to quit drinking. When I, in fact, don't drink. I don't believe in you, Daisy White, either, but I'll let you make a mistake first. We'll let you do something wrong first before I head you. Well, I'm not fond of C.S. Joseph, but I don't spend my time paying attention to that fact. Other people like to bring it up. Trolls like to bring it up sometimes, you know. No, I am not rich. But I don't have to work at the moment. And they're quite a. So it's like, this is somebody who's got a shit ton of different YouTube accounts because probably I'm not the only person they do this to, right? If, in fact, they made all these YouTube accounts just to troll me, then I mean, I don't know what to make of that. But presumably, this is what they do. They find people they hate on the internet and try to shit on them so that I guess they feel some sense of satisfaction from that. I'm not exactly sure why. But it is kind of flattering to get this much action. It's like, wow. Yeah, at least I'm pissing the right people off, right? This person's an idiot. Uh, it's not out of the question. It's not top on my agenda of things to do. Compiling all the documents. The thing is, I do have a compilation of tables called Exciting Words and Tables About Human Personality. It's an old compilation of old tables and stuff. I don't really stand by everything in that anymore, so I'm hesitant to encourage people to look at it. I'm just doing my thing here, man. I'm just chatting with my friends. So if you want to hate me so much for that, go right ahead. But I probably will never understand why. Cantui. Hmm. Hmm. So anyway, There's not really any explanation. I don't think I was talking to you, Cantu. It's interesting to look back up and see just like how much energy they put into this, right? That's not bots, clearly. Okay, well, look. Um, Not necessarily lemons understand me. I tend to make documents because I have an idea for a video, right? But I haven't begun writing a book on the subject, but I didn't get very deep into it before it kind of stalled out. I would like to have that lemons understand me. And I'd like to have that information organized tidily into sections like established stuff, speculative stuff, stuff somebody smarter than me needs to figure out. Yeah. Um, but there's only so much work I'm gonna do. If somebody were to help me with it, I'd be a lot more inclined. If somebody were to work with me on the project or something, I'd be a lot more inclined to consider doing it. But I need some structure besides just my own inclinations, or else I'm not gonna get that done probably. There's a benefit to having, for example, some TE DOMs in your life telling you what to do. NI helps as well. Um, but my NI is improving increasingly as I'm with Rachel, and was improving even before I got with her. Just trying to be more NI in my music and stuff like that. But it's nice for a TE DOM. One has this dream of like a TE DOM saying, "Okay, there's a lot of money not being made here. I would like to partner with you, structure this so that it starts making solid revenue and take a percentage of that revenue, maybe even 50%. If it increases my total earnings by a lot, it would have to be a limited time contract for that amount of percentages, but or it could certainly be that from the specific place that's being constructed. But yeah, I would like to see somebody. I'd like to have like a manager, somebody who has a vision of their own for how to maximally attain outcomes with this channel, and functions like as a boss slash project manager in conjunction with me to to structure my work somewhat. That sounds appealing to me, but all right. Well, Lennon's understanding. I'm down to work with you on it. That's fine. Um, if you've got a vision of some sort, then you're many steps ahead of me. Well, first you go fuck yourself. And then after that, who knows? And that's how you're gonna talk about me, lazy Coco. At this point, I'm just going with my intuition. I don't even bother to give him a chance. Hopefully nobody shows up new. It's like, why did I just get banned? You know, if that were the case, sorry, you know, to anybody who is authentically showing up new for the first time now and saying something and getting insta banned because I think they're this troll. But don't worry about it, Moonfrey. I am perfectly capable of handling this when I'm sitting inside like this. I will do all the moderation myself. That's why I don't have very many moderators. And I'd rather have moderators be too inactive than too active. You know, I'm not really an assy absolute value kind of guy. I think that's a good idea, Leonard's understanding. Oh, let's work on it, maybe. You know, I guess they hung up. It's probably the troll, you know. But okay, sure, you do that. Lemon's understanding. But I guess they hung up or something before they said anything. Oh, you were sure? They hung up. Oh, well, they want to call again. We're going to play this game of vandalism. Well, they have a lot of time on their hands, you know. I can't imagine being so determined to like,
why?
Yeah, why? There's no good explanation for it, except an incredible lack of self-understanding or something that they probably don't know themselves why. They may have reasons they say, but they won't be reasons that make any sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess when you're celebrating International Johnny Week, some of the crazies come out of the woodwork, you know.
I'm after you, buddy. Good luck.
Probably want to report this. It's a threat. Do they have that option? I mean, well, Theodore Igor, did anything happen to me? Of course, we'll know where to look, right? We'll just go to YouTube, figure out who you are, where you're from, etc. So, when you make threats, remember that you're making threats publicly in a public venue where the threat's recorded, you know? So, it's not like you're going to get away with doing anything to me. So obviously frustrated by his failure to trigger me emotionally, he made a threat of some sort that's kind of vague, but
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no explanation as to why, what could possibly justify this behavior on their part. You know, it's just unbridled, spiteful hatred. And there's not much you can do about that. You just gotta. You just gotta say, well, there's some freaking shitty people in the world, no doubt about that.
Sucks because that's like not a bad question.
Well, but they must be out of older accounts to use because that one was made today. Well, she definitely report those to you.
Meow. Meow, I know it's bedtime.
So, you know, they started with attempts to trigger, and when anything that was even like potentially defensible as acceptable didn't work, they just went full evil, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to worry about such people, obviously.
Yeah.
Evil people are evil, but fortunately, I'm armed. I've got a rifle, and we lock up. And this neighborhood is not a neighborhood where you want to fuck around. Neighbors across the street have a sign that says trespassers will be shot. You can't even get out of this neighborhood. There's no escape routes for you if you're a criminal. You know,
No, there isn't.
if you commit a crime back here of any sort and it gets reported, the police have to maximally block off, position themselves in 3 spots. There's no other way out. And if they catch the word quick enough, they have to position themselves in 1 spot. No other way out. So it feels good to be in kind of a southern minded place when dealing with shit like this. You don't fuck around with people up here. They will shoot you.
Did you think about that when we were looking at the place?
No,
No, me neither.
never crossed my mind. But I do feel very safe here.
Me too.
I feel like if anything were to go down at the house or whatever, the neighbors would be all over it. So that's good. And I definitely am not the only one armed around here. We hear gunfire all the time out in the woods,
Yeah,
you know?
we do.
So
It's more like the state of Jefferson.
yeah, it's the state of Jefferson. We live in the state of Jefferson. We don't live in California. We live in Mariposa County, the most libertarian county in the state. We don't even have municipal government. We just have county level government. So just go away.
But I don't understand, like, why they on me, too.
Because they're not. They're trying to get to me, right? They're trying to trigger me and get me mad and get me feeling butthurt or whatever. Presumably because they're so. They hate themselves so much? I don't know why. You know, they're determined to hijack this stream.
Yeah.
But I don't like getting pushed around, so, you know.
No, you're not easily pushed around.
We do need to keep an active moderation eye on things, given the level of vitriol and venom being spewed. Okay, time for me to smoke a cigarette. So, I need my glasses. I need my beer. I need my cigarette. You know, what's kind of cool though is one could actually do some snippets from this and make a video called "What a Concentrated Attack on a Live Stream Looks Like" or something like that. You know, we might actually do quite well. Or I could even just ask the question: do any other live streamers experience this? I'd be curious about that. I wonder which would do better as a title. Well, you know, it could be good material for the channel potentially. This Spider Monkey who's trying to sabotage the live stream, you know, trying to, I guess, hijack it. Just like that ring. It's just the one that came with the phone. I haven't picked a ringtone yet. I just did a new phone, yeah. Well, I would like to, you know, to the extent that I could make a ringtone like out of one of my songs. You should be able to do that without running into like copyright problems or whatever. So I don't know if I were to do that, I'd be maybe interested in the ringtone. You know, for like there's a section of a song that was just like, "I'm the best, I'm the greatest." That would be a pretty funny ringtone.
I used to love doing ringtones like from music. Because like I was like pretty good at editing the music and stuff, so like I could probably do it now longer.
I'm sure they don't really let you do it with other people's music anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
I was like, why do you wanna? Why I oughta? Oh, wait, no, that's Honeymooners. That's not Three Stooges. I mean, that's maybe Three Stooges. Why I oughta? I know. They've got some real persistence. Some real stick-to-itiveness. I guess they're gonna really get somewhere in life. The thing is, you know they're scumbags because they're attacking Rachel, right? And Rachel doesn't need any of that. She doesn't deserve any of that. Maybe I've done something to her, some sort of hate, but not Rachel. Like I said, that Eric's three laws of stupidity. Behaving as though two wrongs make a right. So that the thing is, even if even if I presumably did something wrong, doing something wrong to Rachel.
Meow meow.
So that's one of the that's the second law of stupidity. The first law of stupidity is can't distinguish between critiques of person, critiques of language, and critiques of behavior, and consistently make critiques of person. Well, I mean, I had to talk this out. You know, it's such a vitriolic, spiteful attack that I can't help but be somewhat sobered by it. You know, which is to say, you know, not as inclined to be having my normal fun that I'd be having. In part because like I feel like I gotta police the chat at all times, and you know, yeah. But this is the sort of thing that YouTube should do something about, right? So the thing is, if just club ESFP after 2 lines of code. It smacks more of Michael Smith than Club ESFP. But who knows who it is, you know? Who knows?
I have no idea. It doesn't sound like anyone.
Yeah, I can't say who it is because I don't know, but I know it's somebody that's, well, I don't know if they meet the third law of stupidity, but they meet the first two.
Meow. I know you want to go to bed. Let me see if making just watching you eat. I'll watch you eat. Come on, let's go.
So, you know, I think that this might make good content for a video, you know? So, like, if I put up a video saying YouTube needs and caps to address this, exclamation point, and fill the description with the right things, make the right title, it could be a good video. It is something that's true. It's like, okay, well, I'm all in favor of empowering individuals to make accounts. When it's being abused this egregiously, this brazenly, it's, you know, YouTube needs to do something about it, right? It's like it shouldn't be empowered. Like YouTube can't do anything to stop the guy from calling me all the time and texting me and shit like that. But it can do something to stop this endless sock puppet account shit. So there might be such a setting, but it might be something you have to set before you start, right? Let me see, community moderation. guess I could hold potentially inappropriate chat messages for reviews. For review, I don't think that would really help. Well, I'm not sure what to say about all that. But the one thing I can do is take action now to get rid of my warning that I have.
That's good.
Take training. I'm going to get trained in harassment and cyberbullying. This would be useful for tonight's topic, actually. Let's see what it says. A creator makes a documentary about teen bullying. The video shows a photo of a 13-year-old celebrity with the word loser written across it. The creator says this is an example of teen bullying, described its harmful effects on teenagers. I don't know if that's a violation. Yes? We may allow content that includes harassment to content as educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. I don't know. Yes, it is? Try again. Okay.
I think because we allow content that includes harassment, if the content is educational, makes it, no, it's not a violation.
Try again. No, it isn't a violation. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm erring on the side of more. Brett uploads a video discussing the harmful conspiracy theory QAnon. In the video, Brett alleges a secret cabal is helping traffic minors. Is this a violation? Yes. It's misinformation. A journalist uploads a video focused on the harmful conspiracy QAnon. In the video, the journalist interviews Jonah, who used to believe in the conspiracy. Jonah says, when I was deep in the QAnon movement, I thought my friend Maggie was involved in a secret cabal to traffic minors. I realize now how wrong and misled I was. None of it was real. Is this violation? No, it's not. Jonah uploads a video of a local play he's acting in. In the video, Jonah says to another actor, I hate you. I wish you would die 1,000 deaths. Is this a video? Is this a violation? No. Because it's part of a play. Jacob goes to a protest against the government. While there, Jacob records a protest to burn an effigy of government officials. Jacob uploads a video documenting this act. No, that is not a violation. Andrew uploads a video about one of his 13-year-old classmates, Hassan. In the video, Andrew says, Hassan Jones used to be my friend. He admitted to our teacher that we copied our homework and now we're both suspended. Hassan is literally the dumbest person in our school. He's such a snitch, I hope no one ever speaks to him again. This is a violation. Select all correct answers. Is that one correct too? Yes. Check. Next. Celia uploads a video about a recent trip to the grocery store. In the video, she mentions that she found a man's badge on the ground. The badge includes the local company's logo, a man's full name, and his photo. In the video, Celia shows the badge and says, if anyone knows this man, Could you please comment below so I can return his ID to him? Let's see. It shows his full name and his photo. And a logo company logo. That's correct. My warning was fired December 20th, 2023. Okay. I'm done with my training. That was easy enough.
Nicely done. You did it?
I did it, yeah. I'm glad I got that done. I mean to get that done. Got it done real quick there. So good for me. Good for me. I'm glad I got that done. Levi Samuels, are you wearing modesty pants? You want to be a really good boy, you have to wear modesty pants like me that go all the way to the ground. Otherwise, you might just be, as they say, whistling Dixie. And we wouldn't want that, huh? We wouldn't want you just whistling Dixie. Am I practicing at all, whistling Dixie? Not really. But if called upon to whistle Dixie, I could probably get by, you know. For example, I could hum Dixie better than I could whistle it. I don't know, developing skills here. A very pleasant Thursday evening. Block it, but he'll just switch numbers. He's spoofing numbers. So, like this is showing us from LeGrand. Originally, it was showing us from. Is it loud on your ears? Sorry about that. I can't really change the settings of that in this stream. Okay, all right. Well, let me see what I can do here. Hold on. There. Now I've muted the ringtone, so we will no longer hear that. No, I just had to leave brief. Like it won't let you do other things while you're live streaming. The YouTube app won't. It disconnects you until you try to do anything else. You know. So that should be no further bother to anybody. I'm glad that the ringtone was loud on your end because that'll show up in the video. And I can say, you know, I can't stop the phone calls, but clearly that's something I can solve easily enough by muting my ringtone. But this stuff, right? Like YouTube is not going to be. YouTube has a history of freaking out when they get accused of like not taking care of children or enabling sexual harassment or things like that. This kind of sexual harassment is a juicy topic, you know. It could make a good video.
Yeah.
Like YouTube shouldn't empower this. So in that regard, maybe this guy created a video that gets a lot of views for me, you know. People love to get indignant at YouTube about stuff. We should all actually be indignant at this person, but what would it be called? Defensible typology, I guess. It's like, even if this guy is 14, I mean, not all 14-year-olds are that awful. You can have a little bit of decision making in how you behave, even if you're 14 years old. You don't have to be immune to being to somebody pointing out that you're being completely fucked up, you know. It's like being 14 excuses some things, but not what that guy's doing. Rachel grew up in Franklin Square. I grew up mostly in Arcadia, but I technically began my growing up period in Reading, which Rachel and I stayed in a hotel in Reading one night. It was not our nicest hotel stay. A little bit run down. So, Media, you live in Brooklyn? That must be expensive. I'm going to try to make this basket again.
I believe in you.
Thanks. Wow. I guess I'm persistent too. I made the basket eventually. Okay, I think I'm ready to return inside now.
Yes.
And maybe play a song or two on the guitar. Sounds kind of fun. Well, there was a little shitting on Teal Swan today. There it was. Why are you selling the place? Are you getting kicked out because they're selling the place?
Yeah.
You got a good deal in New York? Well, I suppose it depends where you are in New York. I wouldn't imagine like Buffalo is especially expensive.
No, Buffalo's not expensive.
And they do have a good football team.
Yeah, no, the school, the university is pretty good.
University of Buffalo. I never even heard of it.
It's a competitive one in New York.
Huh.
I don't know. You have to have some good grades to get in, like pretty good grades. All their whole, because it snows a lot in Buffalo, so all their like passageways are underground because it snows so much.
Maybe their power lines are underground as well.
I bet. Yeah, you probably.
We are moving up in the world to underground power lines.
Yeah, I'm really happy for that. You know, they don't have that in Long Island. I used to complain about that all the time because it's like such a eyesore, and they fall and create problems.
Mostly they're just ugly too. It's like it was never an optimal solution to begin with. They should have. Very. Buried all the cables in the first place. It's ugly, you know. It ruins the view of the natural world around you. With all these power lines crisscrossing everything. So I feel lucky to live in a place where they've decided the liability of starting a wildfire exceeds their lack of interest in undergrounding the lines. So that's cool. Yeah, I think I'll play a little song here. Do I only wear Levi's? I wear whatever kind of jeans these are. I don't know what kind of jeans they are. What does it say? What kind of jeans are these? Does it say on them?
No say.
Does it say in here?
Arizona.
These are Arizona iced tea jeans. The Arizona Iced Tea Company also makes jeans, apparently. Oh, you were asking Levi Samuels. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would he only wear Levi's just because his name is Levi? I might only wear Levi's because my name is Strauss. If Levi Samuels and I were to get married, he'd become Levi Strauss.
Yeah, he would.
Maybe you should marry me.
Yeah.
El Nino, my ass. You call it storms. Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count. I drizzle more when I pee in the sink. Reach just the right height. Catch all of the undesired splatter. You know what, Levi? You should have married Delilah. When I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder and then change your name to hers. I will go out there and take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, rock it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it on the bottom from me. How do you celebrate Rosh Hashanah? Exactly the same way you celebrate International Johnny Week. With a pot roast and maybe going to IHOP. Well, I was thinking about calling her today and saying to her, hurry up and get pregnant. I want a grandchild. one of the ways you know they're dumb is they repeat themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like Saeed, that person did the same exact thing the other day.
Yesterday.
Yeah, opened with the same exact thing. They're not, you're not smart people, you know, whoever they are.
It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Can someone buy us some more time?
Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm not sort of evangelist, but I've got something to say.
Life can strangely be forgiving
To those who
stay awake all night.
and mostly
Voices say to give in.
will try to sap your will to fight. But whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what I see here and also on what I vote.
It's a very rainy day in Los Angeles. And today we hope for a time. Struggles past, troubles still to come.
The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Something to say. We're doublehead 'em. Well, some might call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumbing and a kicking canes, so it won't be an answer good to call me names. My daddy wasn't Willie Woodrow, I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I'm gonna find me a wealthy woman in a line of work that don't take no diploma, 'cause I ain't got much to lose but lots to gain. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Small town boy, been around a little, and I like the guitar and I like the fiddle, 'cause that's the kind of soul that can fan my flame. Blue-eyed Billy, feared and ready, I got to work just to be somebody, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Yeah, I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you got to hunt and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, I got to hunt and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. And my Pete Townsend arm.
It's good.
Thanks. Okay. Well, as is typically the case, I was thinking that might about wrap up this stream for the moment. I'm planning on going to bed, but I have some other little cleaning things I could do. I might stream again later. So anyway, I will see you all later, and Rachel and I love you all. Appreciate you being here, with the exception of Fuck's Hard. And have a great night. Like I said, it's very much a possibility that I'll be back live streaming again later. Thanks for being here.